it do, peep and peepettes, kings and queens? What it do, booze? How y'all doing?
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, peeps and peebettes?
How y'all doing? How some of them doing? How everybody doing?
Yes, yes.
There we go, right there.
Sunday.
It is
That's the
Sunday.
day, ain't it? Yes.
King.
Yes.
It is. Welcome back to another fun-filled, hot topic dilemma. What would you do? We're gonna tell you what we would do. Blah 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 blah. Episode of their POV with Nikki King.
Yes.
We are your host, Nikki Johnson.
And I'm the King Harrington.
Here, all points of view are welcome, but some make
Get
it.
that?
How y'all doing? So, let's start with you. How was your weekend?
Weekend was good. Well,
I don't like
bittersweet. Bittersweet.
Tripping. Go ahead.
Went to a funeral. My cousin, God bless her, rest in peace. So but seeing a lot of family. So that's how that went. And today, me and my wife went out to dinner. Enjoyed a little afternoon meal before this show. So yeah. Other than that, nice. It's raining though a little bit out here. But other than that, weather was good. What about you, Nick? Besides the famous Sunday afternoon.
It was delicious. It was absolutely delicious. It was wonderful. My weekend was so good. My weekend was absolutely incredible. And I got the chance to celebrate someone else's birthday on yesterday. Was all that and then some. So of course you do know I got my good Sunday nap in, but continue condolences to your family. I know that is always so bittersweet, but do you remember we did an episode and it was Reese's topic. He wanted to talk about why is it that you can't get family together for get-togethers and reunions, but everybody coming to funerals. So yes. I'm glad you got to see your family. I just hate it was for that particular reason, but continue condolences.
Exactly. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
And Clark family.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, let's do our shout out.
All righty. Well, as I always do, give my shout out to my beautiful queen, Miss Shakita Harrington.
Yeah.
Love you, dear.
Yeah.
Hope you're listening, because some of them topics gonna hit. Yeah. Anyway, Nick, go ahead and get that shout out, girl.
My shout out goes to my future husband, whoever you are, wherever you are. I know you are somewhere praying and preparing for me. I am doing the same thing for you. You have an amazing wife waiting on you. Hey, boo, hey. King, you didn't laugh not one time. You were holding your breath and practicing. I saw that.
Why you want to go there? I did pretty good. I maintained it. I maintained.
I gave you your props. You did.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
You did. Welcome to the audience that is tuning in. I see you all coming in. Hello. Please say something in the comments so we can properly greet you. I'm sorry about this camera angle situation going on right now. I can't fix it, but it is what it is. But we do have some really great topics. So since King will not be here next week, all of the topics tonight have been picked by King except for one. So we're going to jump into it. Got some good topics for y'all tonight. Hold on. We got to comment in real quick.
I'm sorry, Nick. That's not next week's week.
Glow. Good evening, Pumpkin. How are you? She also celebrated her birthday this month. What is the King? Go ahead, baby.
It's not this weekend, dear. It's the next weekend.
You told me this. Okay.
Remember I told you the first Sunday in May. In June, excuse me. First Sunday in June.
You did not. You said you did not, but it's okay. We're going to
get my bad.
Okay, so King will be here next week. Good to see you in Glow. Excuse me. All right. She said she's fantastic. Wonderful queen. Fabulous. All righty. Well, King, it's still your topics. The one. So here we go. Is it
okay? Is it okay to get married? Had the whole ceremony, just walking down the aisle, nice tuxes, beautiful dress, good food, a whole bunch of family, go on your honeymoon, enjoy 6 days, 7 days on a cruise, come back, and then you move in with your parents or your in-laws. Is that okay? Inquiring minds like to know. I just want to know. Because I'm thinking,
married? Is that all right?
Huh?
You're married. Is that okay?
Exactly. You almost had me, Nick. You almost come slipping.
You almost I'm glad you got it. Talk to us. What do you think?
Hey, how they say hockey? Was it HE double sticks or something, whatever. No.
HE double hockey.
Double hockey sticks, right?
That was my
No.
favorite one. HE double hockey.
Oh, no, y'all. Ain't no way. Here I am, a grown man, taking care of a wife, just becoming a husband, got a wife, and we don't plan this way, or however who pays for whatever. But we gonna come back and stay with our parents or in-laws. Now I'm gonna tell you, back in the day, that was almost normal. And I'm talking way back in the day. You know what I'm saying? When you got married. And usually, you didn't never start out with those kind of ends in your pocket to be able to have your own. So your parents didn't mind you staying there and go ahead and build a little capital and get on your own. And get your own crib. These days, oh no, you there's no excuse. There's really no excuse. Most of the time you've already got your own, before you even get married. So to actually get married these days and then end up moving in with your parents and your in-laws, come on, that's not a good move. You know what I'm saying? And most women be like, oh no, I know this brother don't think we're gonna stay with his parents. And he done married me. Exactly. You already know the privacy is what?
It's definitely different.
Totally different. So yeah, bottom line, Nick, I can't do it. I got to have my own, or we're gonna get it together. You know what I'm saying? We don't even had it planned, and after we come from the honeymoon, we moving in, or hell, but we're not going to stay with mom and dad, for 3 months, 6 months until not happening. So I just can't do it.
So that's just an absolute no for you, out the cup.
No, I'm talking total no. Hey, probably my dad want me to do some stuff around the house. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got time.
You wouldn't trade hard labor for a roof over your head?
I would, but in this case, no, because my wife was like, first of all, how are you going to set me up with this? You know what I'm saying? We come by to visit your parents, that's all good. But to sit here and think that now we got to stay here? No, I can't set myself up for that. And I'm definitely going to set the missus up for that. So, yeah, I'm going to make sure things are in place and we good. So, absolutely not staying with the in-laws or the parents. What say you, Nick?
Well, what are your thoughts in the comments? We got people that are tuning in. I know y'all are chiming in your own atmosphere, in your own home. We want to hear your thoughts, though, too. So I got a couple of answers for you, right? I'm going to talk out of both sides of my mouth. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. However, I know that there are situations sometimes where people have to do that. For the type of work that I do, not just as a housing commissioner, but the community advocacy work, when that pandemic hit and people were laid off and did not have income coming in, you had generations and generations and generations that were staying with each other. So I know that there are times and situations where that has to happen. I don't want to, because the way you had presented the question is when you get married, then you move in. Why we don't have that worked out before the I do's? You know what I'm saying? So you were talking about if you go back even further than what you were talking about, you had to have the home and everything together before you went and got some woman from her parents' home, right? So. Oh, my brother has a comment. So we'll get you just a second. Hey, Ray. Hey. So yeah, you had to have your stuff together before you went to some man, knocked on his door and asked for his daughter's hand in marriage. You go even further back than that, you're paying dowries and different things like that, but you were showing and proving that you could care for somebody's child. So I want to know, why is it that this is our plan? We leave the honeymoon and we're moving in with my parents or your parents. Now, there are some situations where the parents or the in-laws will allow the couple to live with them so they can save up money to get a house. So in that case, like, I get that. I would say if there's a time frame on it, like we have a deadline, like we're really working toward it, but I don't want to get up in there and get comfortable. Because you at your mama house and she feeding us right and she taking care of I'm not, no. That is why we are married. You know what I'm saying? So that would be my thought. Let me hit this comment here. Shalom, brother. Yes, and you're driving, so be careful. Tell King, think about the color purple. Mr. had to have something. Yeah. And then and Nettie wasn't ready. The man couldn't marry if he didn't have the means to provide. If she wasn't ready to do her wifey duty, she couldn't marry. Right. So excuse me, that's almost about the same thing that I was saying. Lo said situation dictates. Yeah. Because you never know. You can never say never. But right. I don't think I want to be asked to be somebody's wife, and then we're planning this beautiful wedding and honeymoon, and then the afterward we're going to go stay with his parents, unless I don't want to do it, but unless it's something that's agreed upon for a specific amount of time, because we are trying to be debt free when we get this house or whatever it is. But yeah, I'm gonna need that deadline because people get comfortable. People get real comfortable. Go ahead, King.
Yeah, definitely get comfortable. I guess I look at it because I mean I've seen where different times, different time, I want to say time areas, generations where I've seen where it was like you said back then. You know how you had to have your stuff in place, and you know what I'm saying. But then I've seen where it was some kids like you got married and like okay, that was the first thought. Well, we can move our parents because I ain't got to pay nothing. We can, we can save this money or whatever. We ain't got to worry about spending no money, on no rent, on no lights, on no cake. You know what I'm saying? So that's some thought patterns.
Because the parents' burden because we don't want to pay no bills. That's so selfish.
And then too, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't stay over a girl house if y'all just going together. You can't stay at the parents' house, because you're going together.
So you're trying to be able to get that nookie when you want to get that nookie.
See, but I'm saying they play all them parts. So you ain't paying no rent. You ain't got to worry about saying, well, that's just your girlfriend. So, you can't sleep in the same house, the same bed or whatever. So you're doing all that plus you're saving money. So some people get comfortable. And then I think it might be an age thing to a certain extent because they're still young. So they feel like, hey, we ain't got to worry about no apartment no time soon. And then, it's got some parents as well, yeah, we can do that. Our house big enough and, the basement is furnished.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So all that. But it's like you said, bottom line for a man to be like, yo, I can't. Especially when it's the in-laws. So you're going, like you said, you're going to her parents' house. And, they still treating her like baby girl and, you know what I'm saying? Or
you go to his mama in them house and mama, do you really wash his underwear for real?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Mama's boy. So, yeah, it can, like I said, it can go either way. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're talking about you all when at the top of the show. Yeah. We are taking you all, the Clark and the Harrington family, lifted up in prayer. I know yesterday was not easy. Excuse me. At popcorn trying to go in the back of my throat. But I all enjoy spending time with your family. But y'all, please keep them lifted up because it's when everybody goes away.
Yeah,
all the phone
when it gets
calls
reality.
stop and people stop bringing chicken and cat that you really got to, so let's keep them lifted up in prayer. But thank you for joining us tonight. So, King, I got a flip side question for you and for everybody watching.
Okay.
The flip side is when the parents have to come and stay with you. The flip side is when the parents have to come and live with you. Now, we have situations where they have to do it because of health reasons.
Right.
Do it because maybe one of, the mom or the dad passes away, that leaves the parent alone. Or you just don't want your parent alone. And then you have some households that want the parents living with them, enjoy it. It's living free babysitting. It's their ability to return, you took care of me, now I'm going to take care of you type of situation. So how do you feel about that?
Like you said, depend on the instances, like you said, what circumstances arise. Like you said, one of your parents pass away, and either way, it's your mother, your father. You don't want to leave them by themselves, especially when they're elderly too. You know what I'm saying? If you can help it, you don't want to leave them by themselves. So that's not a problem. And usually, depend on so like I said, certain things happen and they gotta stay with you. But if one of them say like, hey, y'all stay with us, y'all come say, hey, Pop, hold up now. Your house is fine. Why you just gonna want to come stay with us? So you don't
Hey, nothing wrong with your roof. You should have got 20 years warranty left.
Exactly.
Nicole said,
you know what I'm saying? So
that part.
Right. So visiting is always good. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, in certain situations,
I need you to
hey, Dad, you can stay the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But especially if you stayed out of town. You want them to come anyway, just so you can see where you live and the area and stuff, because different from where you used to live. But then, like you said, a situation as lost one of your parents, most definitely, if they feel comfortable wanting to move in and stuff, because some like, no, I'm good where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? You're like, no, I'm good where I'm at. I'm fine.
Yeah, you got some parents not trying.
Yeah.
They don't want you in their business. They don't want you to take away their freedom.
Right. Exactly. So
that part. My brother said, with inflation, basically, Gonna be back to the Waltons. If you're gonna end up making it, stay tuned because it's sure to come. I would say this, and y'all forgive me, I'm drinking coffee, eating popcorn. I was gonna do wine and popcorn, but I'm gonna stick with coffee. So the thing about it is like I'm cool with it if that's something that we have to do. I don't like I don't know if y'all ever watch, what is it? It was 90 Day Fiance, but they have a bunch of spinoff shows. Like now it's 90 Day Single, right? For the ones that get married. Some of them got some mamas on there, and it was a show also called Mama's Boys. No, I don't think they named it Mama's Boys, but it was on TLC. Okay, so if your mama is like that, to the point where she thinks she is your woman and y'all, she in the bed between us, she can't come stay with us. It's only one queen in that home, and that's me. Now I'm gonna treat you as a queen when you're in the home, but you can't come up in there. That you can't let go and cut the tie and the umbilical cord to your baby. Your baby's a grown man. That's my husband. Matter of fact, I don't even think I could marry that. I couldn't. Them episodes and them mamas are so meddling. Like they dang near are in the bed between the couple. That cannot move in my house with me. I can't do that. Because every time we do something, she gonna be questioning. We make love. Why you make bacon like that? Why his no, I'm not doing that. I like that in my house. Any other comments on this one, King?
No, I'm good. Like I said, I'm not with it. You know, got to make sure you got all that, like you said, plan in place. So when y'all come off their honeymoon, y'all going straight to that apartment, that house. I don't know what it is, but it ain't his parents or in-laws' house. You know what I'm saying? Had that ready.
Let me ask you this quick question. What do you think about renting a home or buying a home from one of the parents, like the in-laws or yours? For instance, they own real estate, they own property, or it's a family home, and instead of you having to go pay mortgage, you get like that family discounted rate, and you can stay in the family home. What do you think about that?
No, I no. I mean,
saving some money.
Because because see, it sounds good, and you think about saving the money, but there's always something on top of that whole situation. And I mean, as easy as good as it sounds, we own this in the land. Pop, I want to do this my own. We good because I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing over in the corner about anything that's going on my property. You know what I'm saying? On your property, because it's yours.
That's right.
Anything, it's your. Okay, what I tell you about all the people in my yard? You know what I'm saying? All the, see what I'm saying? Anything, just anything, Nick. So it could be I don't want to hear it that it's your house. I don't, because ultimately it's still your house. I don't have no deed. It's still your house. So you know what? Let's not even enter in that. And like my wife knows, we don't want to break friendship. Even though you're my parents, I don't want to break friendship with you. So let me just go ahead and get my own. We have our own stuff, and we all good. We happen to, especially we live out of town, or we can come stay at the family house for the weekend and stuff. That's all good. But as far as us, living there, nah. Y'all go ahead and keep that. Maybe my brother can do it or something.
I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it. I think I have some of the same feelings that you have. So what I would probably do, hey sweetheart, hey Respoo, what I would probably do is form up some type of contracts. And if we're gonna be paying, like we can stay there through it, infinity, whatever. I wanted to go and put the stuff in our name. Let's do it. Let's do it legally, so there aren't any issues, right? Because we get so comfortable with family and friends, but then at one incident, I'm not trying to be put out. If I have an argument with your son and you take his side, now I come home and I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to do it. No, let's keep it all let's make it all legal and legit. So no, I'm not gonna do that. But that was a really good topic, King. All right, here's your next topic. Notice I put the word the ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee. Yeah, I'll let you go ahead and hit that one up, Nick. And I'll go ahead and answer on it.
Which I put popcorn in my mouth. Would you stay in a marriage or relationship if your spouse started smoking that ooh-wee? Or weed, whatever you want to call it. Would you stay? Are we starting with me? You went on mute.
No, I was just coughing.
Okay.
I could go ahead and say that. Yo, I mean, my thing is, if she wasn't or he wasn't doing it when y'all met, and then 2 years down the road, they go to out of town somewhere, and or whatever, they hang with some friends, and they end up doing it, and they come home and want to start to, get habitual with it, we can't do that. I'm so sorry. You better get your edible call it a day, because ain't gonna be no smoking of the spliffs and the weeds in the crib like that. You know what I'm saying?
H double hockey stick, you know.
Yeah, we can't do that. That's not nothing that I feel that's cool.
We're not with you.
Yeah.
We say fuck you.
Yeah, I just, me personally, I don't see that. I mean, especially, after we done been together a while and you wasn't doing it before we met. If you were doing it before we met, that would be something that I would address before I even married you. Exactly. Okay. And how to deal with that if I would still want to stay with you. But now we done married and 2 years down the road and you get to wanting to experiment and stuff like that. Now, mind you, I let you try it. You know what I'm saying? If you've never tried it, okay, you want to take that one time. But if you talking about, okay, well, I don't know, I like to do this. Hey, hold up. Wait a minute, sister. You should have did this when you was in your teens, your college days, and when you was out there having a good time. And I mean, I'm so sorry, because I would expect the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I would want you to come at me if that was the case. If I had that type of, I'm like, nah, I never smoked anything as far as like habitual. So for me to, think that it's okay to start it now at 50 something, like, oh God, no. Just something to quit now. I like cigars. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. And I'm outside with that. You know what I'm saying? But it's not nothing that I do current, just continuously. So it wouldn't be a problem where if you don't want me to smoke them no more, cool. But but the sticky icky, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. That, you know what I'm saying? That loud, as my boy used to say, that loud.
Yeah.
So that's my thoughts on that, Nick. What about you?
I'm gonna hit y'all with my answer in a second.
Okay.
Nicole said if he can support his own act, don't come to me talking about it's 20. Baby, it'll be on the dime bag.
Exactly.
Outside. So Reese said, how would you feel if they were smoking outside, King? Would your answer change?
Nope. Take your little edible outside if you want to get that close to the to that feeling.
You're eating it.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to get close to that, if you want to get that some type of high that way, that little buzz, that'd be the only way you get at the crib.
Nicole said, and only the ooh-wee. Only.
Right. Yeah. So we not.
Reese said, but if you like it, why would it be a problem if it's legal? Well, before we get that, because so I'm gonna bring that comment back up and then you can respond to it. So my is this. I know people do change. I'm not gonna act ignorant that people can't change. When I get married, I want it to be forever this time, right? So people could definitely change. My thing is you picking up something like that you didn't have when we got together. How would I feel about it? I'm going to keep it 100. I have restrictive lung disease. I'm not trying to have no smoke around me unless it's off the barbecue pit. Point blank and period. The other thing would be is some people can do that like it's a cigarette. And then some people cannot function. I done been in a relationship like that. They can't function unless they are high as the sky. And to me, that's an addictive behavior, right? Because in some ways, it's no different than someone that likes to smoke cigars or likes to smoke cigarettes if it's an occasional or something like that. But when you have to have it when you wake up, have it throughout the day, have it after you eat, have it after sex, have it before sex, have it before bed, have it you just got to have it all day, every day. That to me is an addictive behavior, which is going to cost in the marriage, because like Nicole said, that's something you got to support. Just like with gambling, where all this money coming from? That smoking money could be us taking a vacation. So I think for me, that would be some of the problem with it. The other thing is if it does become an addictive behavior, what happens when that is not what gets you high enough and you need something more and something stronger? So that would be my answer. He has another comment that he's made. Now, if it affected my mate's health, I would say no, because they are more important. Come on now. Come on. Thank you, Reese Poo. Now, King, address this statement. He says, but what? Oh, wait, no, that wasn't the one. What was it? What if this was the one? Yes. But what if was it this one or the smoking outside? It was this one. You're on mute, love. You're on mute, love.
You said, oh, you talking about the one about if you like it, why would it be a problem if it's legal?
Which one were we going to come back and address? Was this legal one or was it the one outside?
I think it was a legal one because outside, it didn't make no
Okay,
difference.
so we did that
So
one.
it'd be illegal, right?
But what if you like it? Why would it be a problem if it? Oh, that is the one. If it's legal, yeah,
Right.
because in a lot of places it is now legal. So go ahead.
It don't make no difference. Legal or not legal, we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you wasn't doing it when I met you, before I met you and stuff, and I don't understand why 2 years down the line it gets to a point where, okay, well, I want to get into it. No, I'm so sorry. I mean, like I said, you had the opportunity to do that and go through life for that. Because pretty much, I'm gonna tell you, if I'd have met you and you was doing it, we wouldn't have been together anyway. Because that's not how I rolled. So I was like, okay, that's what you do. We can be cool, but I can't see you being my wife. Because like you said, it gets to a point where you lighten up in the morning. You know how they say wake and bake. You know what I'm saying? You got to have one at lunchtime. So, yeah, I ain't got time for all that, and I don't like that smell as far as my clothes. So like that's the problem for me. See what I'm saying? So, that's why it would never had worked, and we would have never been no kind of item. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, if that was a way before, you think I'm a married in 2 years down the line or whatever, you're going to start? No. You might want to put that back where it's at.
I've been with two type of smokers. One, it was his entire existence, literally his entire existence. And then I've been with one that only did it once or twice a week, mainly on the weekend after a full work week. I've also been with someone that drank the same way. Someone that it was water to them. They had to have alcohol all the time. And then someone that drank after work only on weekend. And it wasn't anything that was belligerent, wasn't falling all down and stuff like that, and did it at the house. Right. So it wasn't something that they had to just be out doing. So you do have those two types of scenarios too. But I understand your question. If you're in the marriage and relationship already, and then it's something that starts, that's a whole new thing. So hold on. You got some questions coming or some statements. Nicole says, so King, what if she doesn't drink wine, but now she does? And is it a problem because people change?
Well, see, like wine. Okay, see, like sociably drinking. I can respect that.
Wait, hold on. She had a part two to it, sweetheart. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So if she didn't smoke when you met and now she does, it's a problem. So I think that's the part 1 and 2. Go ahead.
Right. So, like I said, with the first thing with the wine, not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Socially drinking, my thing, if you start getting carried away with it, you start becoming drunk, then we got a problem. But, occasionally, with dinner, like some people do, or, after work, wind down, a glass of wine's fine. And then I don't, and then another thing too, I don't get that smell. I don't get all, you know what I'm saying? I ain't getting no contact if you smoke, you know what I'm saying? So I don't have to worry about that with a glass of wine. Mm-hmm. And then, she said the second part was, yeah, so, but she didn't know when you met, and now she does. It's a problem. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because what I'm saying, I wouldn't even been with her. If she was smoking weed, you know what I'm saying, when I met her, I wasn't going to roll with her anyway. So that right there was because, you know what I'm saying, I was like, hey, spoke to her. Yeah. We could have been cool, but we weren't taking it to no relationship status that would further. So that would have ended that there. Yeah, so that wouldn't have been the problem.
We got a couple more comments we're going to hear from Reese. The thing is that we do know in relationships, people do change. People do start developing habits. And so that's a real legit thing to think about. What would you do if your partner picked up? Sometimes people pick up gambling. Sometimes it's not even the full scope of gambling like we would think, but they really start getting into scratch-offs and lotto tickets. And as before they didn't, now all of a sudden they're spending $50 every week. So, how do you handle those situations? So that is a really, really real question. For me, I would say you have to think also about the medicinal purposes, right? If something happened where they were offered, even if it's in the CBD oil or edible form or a pill form or whatever, and it takes the person's pain away. I know someone with MS. I know someone with cancer. I know people that have actually smoked it or even used the CBD oil, like the strong version of it, because of pain. Right. And I mean, you would have to adjust because that's for their comfort level at this point. But I think the word of the day for me for this question would be if it becomes an addictive thing or habitual. I think that's your phone button. Okay, so here's one of the comments from Sean. Oh, wait a minute. No, it was this one here. If you want to take up a hobby after you're married, say hunting, but your wife doesn't like guns, will you give up your hobby? That was a good question. Okay, but here's
Yeah, I
how.
mean,
Okay, if you want to take up a hobby after you married, hunting, but your wife doesn't like guns, will you give up the hobby? For me, I would say no, but you would definitely need to come to a compromise and maybe keep the guns in the garage or keep the guns in the
mhm.
area where they're constantly locked up, not just out, because you still have to be able to live. And
Mhm.
if it's not something that's detrimental to your marriage, I think that would be fine. King, what are your thoughts on his statement? I'm gonna put it back up.
Basically
What
same
are your
thing. Like I
thoughts?
said, I mean, yeah, basically same thing. I'm not, I can keep him out the house because she don't like guns, so keep him away from her. You know what I'm saying? Not in her area, not where she can see him and stuff. So and that's cool. But as far as me giving it up, no, I wouldn't give it up. You know what I'm saying? But if it got to the extreme where I just don't want you going out there killing no animals and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what? Ain't a big deal. You know what I'm saying?
Not
No big deal. We
shooting.
keep going to the
Yeah.
grocery store and get them. Yeah, so that's if we got to go to that limit, but
Yeah,
just
I'm gonna
up
keep hitting
front,
the freaking
you know what I'm
shit.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So other than that, though, I've been, if it's something that I can just avoid her from, like you said, showing like the guns. So that way she ain't got to, like you said, go. I have them in a safe, so there's no like you can go out there and see one on the rack, or what I'm saying,
Yeah.
how people have them in their gun racks and stuff. No, I don't have it where you can see it. No big deal.
All right, last question, and we're gonna move to the next topic. She says, what
Okay.
if she does not do it around you, but you know she smokes? Will it be a problem? So what if she does it in the car before she comes home, or does it at a park or something before she gets to the house? It's just not around you. She said, how you feel about that?
See, my thing is, I'm still ain't with it because I know I'm gonna smell it. Her coming in the house. You know what I'm saying? If I
Mm-hmm.
happen to get in her car, I don't want that. I don't want it. I don't want to smell it. I don't want to know, none of that. So my thing is, you know what I'm saying? If you did it before me, keep doing it because you ain't gonna be with me. If you plan on doing it afterwards, you better get to, find, like you said, CBD, whatever, some edibles, any kind of way, because you ain't gonna light up my crib. We ain't gonna do the lighting up thing. Yeah.
Okay, I got you. So I think this may be directed to me. Reese says, so if I took up the hobby, if smoking was what's the difference? As long as I keep my ooey in the garage, I gotta be careful for the plant. So as long as I keep my ooey in the garage and don't smoke it around you. So I get what you're saying, Reese. For me, I gotta say again, I got restrictive lung disease. If it's not coming from the barbecue pit, I don't need to be around it because it gets hard for me to breathe sometimes when it's too hot outside, too many allergens in the air. That would just be way too much for me. And if it's something that we didn't like, he wasn't doing it before we got married. That's not just a habit of him, it becomes mine too, right? The other thing would be is, does it become addictive? I told you I've been in relationships where somebody couldn't function unless they were high as the sky, and then somebody else said it was on an occasion. So it would be like, what are those dynamics for me? But I get what he was saying about the garage when we were talking about putting the guns in there. I'm looking, you're supposed to be over here. I'm looking at the screen reading comments. Let me turn this way to you. I get what when we were talking about putting the guns in the garage if the hobby was hunting. The thing is for me, the smoking of the ooey would be something that is detrimental or would affect me. You going out and hunting in the woods doesn't affect me unless you end up getting shot or hurt or killed or whatever. So that would be the thing for me. Um, and whatever the habit could be, whether it's buying $50 worth of scratch offs, if it's something that's being introduced into the relationship that wasn't there from the beginning, again, I do understand that people do change. Everything needs to be sat down and talked about. That's why communication is so freaking important to me in a relationship, because you can't be just, I got to discover because I'm washing your clothes one day that you own some, yay, you smoking. Well, I'm sorry. When did this habit come up? All righty. So Ernestine says, hello, hello, sweetie pie. I so enjoyed you yesterday. What's he been missing in action? What up, Mr. William Pleasant? Yeah, you late. We've been missing out on you, sir. All righty. So he said, heck, people don't want to smell farms, but we do it well. That is true. Oh, That's the word he meant, farts.
Oh,
That
well.
was King, sweetie. Okay, that question was
Hey, that's
posed
part
for
of life. That's part of life. As long as you put something in your stomach, you're gonna come out. So we
we're
ain't
gonna
nothing we
move
can
to the
avoid.
next. We're moving on to the next one. All righty. So here's this one. This topic is from me. So I would love to get everybody's thoughts on this one. Excuse me. So what are your thoughts on the following statement? I like you, but I'm just dating and having fun. But call me when you want some. And we know that some is sex. That statement was actually it was posed in a social media group, and I found it very interesting, and so were the comments. So again, here's a statement: I like you, but I'm just dating and having fun. But call me when you want some. All righty. Before I get to that, she said, first of all, I'm going to come to comment on this. If you enter into a relationship or marriage, you're supposed to enter into that with honesty, and it should be honesty to take that makes your choice to stay or to leave. Well, boom, bam, pow. All righty. William says, yes, yes. Ernestine says, God forgive me, but we are ladies. Ain't no booty calls. Ain't no booty calls no more. Nicole said he's honest. And we say, get that poo nanny. All righty. Here is my honest opinion on that. I love the fact that old boy or old girl, whoever makes this statement, is straight up. I don't have to second guess what you want. I don't have to try to figure out. There is no mystery. You are telling me you don't want nothing serious. All you want to do is date and have sex. And if I want some, holla at you. I love the honesty in that. Because you ain't trying to wine and dine me. You're not trying to lie to me. You ain't trying to play me out of my underwear. You just telling me straight up, this is what I want. Boom, holla at me. So, I can't be mad at that honesty. Now, if you make that statement to me, I appreciate your honesty. But yeah, I'm probably not going to be calling you. Because there's a bunch of people you got in rotation that I'm sure be you all up in their Rolodex. I did say Rolodex. I went old school. So, for me, I'm not going to be calling you, but I appreciate the absolute honesty, because when I meet someone, I am casually dating. I'm not in a relationship. I'm not engaged. I'm not married. So I'm not going to lie like you are the only person that has asked me out on a date. After you take me out tomorrow, someone else has asked me out, and I'm going to be super honest with that, because I don't want you to get it twisted, and I don't want you to come back and say that I lied to you. So honesty is super important. Communication is super important to me, and honest communication is even more important. So I love the fact that they are super upfront and honest. King, I'm coming to you for your response. Let me get these comments real quick. You can never say that they were playing with your feelings. Do you hear me? I can't act like I'm surprised. Ernestine said that part. William says, so we just having transmissions of fluids and it's not serious. You hear me? The fact that you're that honest, I appreciate it, but it's probably a bunch of people in your rotation. I'm gonna need not to do that. King, what are your thoughts?
Yo, back in the day, that used to be the perfect move. You know what I'm saying? When you just, that was just like, okay, you can't get no, like you said, more honest and transparent than that. Let's skip all the, yo, I'm trying to get to know you. You know what I'm saying? I like to stop. No, check this out. I'm feeling you. You might be, I think you're feeling me. And yo, why don't we just do it like this? You know what I'm saying? We hang out sometimes and that, but, we ain't trying to do nothing serious. But if, we're trying to get up and smash, as they say, I'm just trying to smash you. What's
You
up with
just
that?
holler at him or holler.
Exactly. So, that was a good move back in the day. That's how easy you wanted when you wasn't ready for nothing serious. You weren't trying to get into no relationship or stuff, and you just hanging out, enjoying yourself. But then the thing was, it was always just that one. If y'all were cool like that, you just want, you just want that regular. So as far as rotation goes, maybe the hanging out and stuff here and there. But as far as like, okay, y'all got this understanding, so ain't no strings attached. So my thing was,
You
as
know
long
there
as y'all
used
was
to be a
still
name
doing
for it
what you're
back in
doing.
the day. You know there was a
Say
name
again?
for it back. There was a name for it back in the day. I wonder if y'all remember it. If you remember what we used to call that back in the day, put it in the comments. I'll tell you what it is in a minute. Go ahead, King.
Yeah, so that was, and then excuse me. So that again, like when you was ready to like I said, move on. If you felt that, okay, well, I'm either trying to go another route of doing something, at least you can be on and let her know y'all ended like that. Y'all still cool, but that part of the friendship is gone. So that was always a cool thing like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
I hit the comments. Ernestine said, "Not only in your rotation, Lord Jesus, how many kids you got out there? You know what? Do that. To that, them type do have quiet, but you got some that they don't want nothing slowing them down enough to take their money, so they are putting on some
Exactly
rainbows for that. There's nothing wrong with being wined, and I think she meant dined, as long as the respect is there. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. My thing is when someone tells you that up front, I don't want to do anything but have you. When they are whining and dining you, you're not in there with your romantic eyes on, thinking, "Oh my God, he just romanced me because he loved me." No, boo, he's doing that. It is a boot. It is what she just said, booty call. But that wasn't the term I was thinking about, Chiquita. But absolutely, I'm gonna tell y'all remember when it was called homie, lover, friend? You was my homie, lover, friend. We could go to the movies. We could kick it. If I needed somebody to escort me somewhere, I didn't want to be by myself.
Right.
They call it Netflix and chilling now. But if I wanted you to come over and watch movies with me, we was homie, lover, friends. We wasn't doing nothing more but then kicking it and having sex. So it was homie, lover, friend. You want to hit this one, King?
Yeah, Ernestine says. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Rick, that's Rick said
like
Ernestine.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I just want to get that. Yeah, it was uncomfortable.
No, I mean, like you're moving electronically like the Matrix. Say something.
Oh, my bad. I'm good. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm good? Okay. All right, Ernestine, I was hurt back in the day and can't have kids. Every dude gonna say that. Say that. What do you say? Say that.
Say that part. That is so
Say that
true.
part, okay.
I have King Reese. And for those that don't know, I'm talking to Sean. We call him Reese. Listen, I used to hear that mess. I remember one time somebody told me that they had fallen, I think it was out of a tree, and landed on a piece of branch. It hurt them. So they can't have no kids. They'll say anything so they don't have to wear no protection. I'm gonna leave that alone. Yeah. You having sex though, ain't that strings being not just attached but intertwined? I mean, yeah, if you want to get down to it, is, but that's not how people see it. Truth be told, it is absolutely intertwining, but the emotional cutoff is the thing. It's that emotional cutoff. It's that disconnect. It's that, now don't think when we done, we finna cuddle. That ain't what we do. Homie, lover, friends, we just gonna get the booty. I'm gonna put my shoes on, might go get some water. I might bring you a towel, and that's it. We're not cuddling. You're not putting now. See, now we would put in the status in a relationship. You're not doing that. You cannot post them on your social media. Look, we might take a picture too while we out kicking it. Don't you post that picture, cause he on your Costco Wi-Fi. Cause you look like the
well, really? Okay, it was just I was taking my hands off.
Oh, he'd have clowned you last week.
Yeah, I know you would have got me last week.
He'd have got you last week. Okay, Chiquita said, LOL. Yup. Ernestine says, and they say he's just a friend. Just a friend. Oh, baby.
Not the Biz Markie.
Yes, you did. Come on, Biz. All righty. Nicole said, catch that wet.
Oh, that's so jacked up.
Yeah, when it's real disconnected, yeah, it's wet wipes on your way out the door. All righty, King. So any more thoughts on this one?
Nah, I mean, like you said, that was a heyday type thing. Brothers like, we wish that kind of stuff. Like, yo, I ain't trying to get into no serious, but I'm feeling her. We cool. We have a good time together. And I know
Dusty, don't even try
it. after the club closed, you already knew. Yo, what's up? What you doing? I'm getting ready to come through.
Let me tell you how old we are. Do that again with the hand. If you do this, say, what does this mean? They don't know. You say, what's the symbol of the telephone? Cell phone. They don't know this. They don't know this. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm saying that would be the thing. It was that simple to do. It was all good. Made it for the night and keep it moving.
Reese said you said your neighbor's wife.
Now see, you know what? I ain't paying attention to them. I'm not paying attention.
Oh, somebody. Sean, he off by 1 digit on that passcode. I cannot.
My sound is amazing today, so y'all can
It
get up
wasn't
off
the
me.
sound, baby. You literally were like, you were moving like the Matrix.
Because it was my hat. It was my hat going across. That's what it was.
No,
Yeah.
he said digit off from that passcode. But anyway,
let us move on.
The people are back in the building tonight. All righty, let me get this one out. King, this was yours. Go ahead.
Name one thing you would have done that you didn't get to do before you got married or in your serious relationship. So yeah, y'all. Name one thing.
Hold on 1 second. So I have Sean. Your name is here with no comment. It did that to Ernestine twice. Is everything okay with? Can you guys hear us? Can y'all see us good? Is there a glitch going on?
Mm-hmm. See, now he got now he got to check his. Now he got to check his Wi-Fi.
Well, it happened twice. So I just want to make sure.
Oh.
Alrighty. He said, they said they were laughing. Sierra may be watching. I'm good on this topic. Save yourself, bro. Save yourself. Okay, they can see us. Great. Okay, so you can answer the question, King. So you brought this one up. Name one thing that you would have done that you didn't get to do before you got married. What say you, sir?
That would have been have a bachelor party.
You did?
I just want to have. Yeah, I didn't get to have one.
What
That's
did
the
you
only thing I would have done. Nothing really. Just it was just we got married, so it was that type of thing. So so yeah, I wish I would have had a bachelor party.
And why?
Because I just would have had that last real night with the fellas. You know what I'm saying? My boys and stuff like that. And enjoyed that. Okay. Yeah, just enjoy that. Yeah. So I thought that would have been cool.
I was just going to say something to you, Chiquita. Your wife said, remember, I'm watching. King, watch my mouth. So, Chiquita, I want you to tell us in the comments, baby, what's one thing that you wish you would have done before you got married? And it's okay. King ain't going to be tripping. I heard him for you. He ain't going to be tripping. But yeah, let's keep it 100, King. I'm glad you did give that very safe answer. Don't fly open behind you.
That was a true answer.
Naked bingo. Nita, you stupid.
Bye.
You are crazy. All right. So Ernestine said, I wish I have took more time to know the person I was saying. I do too. Check, I was gonna say that. That's a whole offering right there. Pass her the plate. Dang, sorry, King. William Pleasant. Watch yourself. All right, Sierra's in the building. Say, don't make me come in another room and hit you. Have y'all shared this to your page yet? Have y'all shared today's show? If you have not, please take a moment to do so. And if you are enjoying the conversation so far, drop us some hearts down in the comment. Hi, Sierra. Thank you, and William. Amen. That's for your prayers. Ernestine said, LOL. Yes, I would love to know your answer, Chiquita. So, excuse me. My answer to the question is, she said, I'm on top of it right now, my beautiful sister. Thank you, baby. Love you, boo. My answer, number one, was going to be exactly what Ernestine said. I would have taken way more time to have gotten to know who I was getting ready to link my whole entire life with, for sure. You think you know, but you don't. Don't let nobody rush you. Take whatever time you need. If that's 30 days for you, then do your 30. But if that's 3 years, do your 3 years. And the other thing is, don't be afraid to ask the hard questions. We talked about that last week. If you are afraid to ask certain things that you want to know because you think that's going to run the person off, that's not your person. Because if you can't talk to them about what really concerns you now, what's going to happen when you get married? And you really need to talk. So if they walk away, they need to have walked away. It's okay. And then the third thing for me would have been, what is my third thing? I guess I would have been way more honest with my actual needs, what I wanted in the marriage, what I anticipated from him as a husband. I would have been way more honest with that, because we don't know that those are conversations that you need to have, but you need to have them, because we are expecting people to go from being single as themselves to husband and wife the next day. And they're supposed to know everything that you want and desire. And we get pissed off when they don't, or they don't do it how we want it, or they don't put the top on the toothpaste the way we like it, or they squeeze from the middle instead of the bottom. They don't know this. And we walking around mad at each other and behind where we're squeezing toothpaste because we didn't have those conversations. So that would be my answer. I'm gonna come back to you, King, in just 1 second. Your wife said I would have had a great night at a strip club. I had told King that on Monday during our business meeting. It'd have been strip club nights. That part. William says, I wish we had serious premarital counseling. Everyone seems to not want to get real with this. I remember when y'all talked about that on my other podcast too, on the obstacle overcoming. That is so true, especially when people want their marriage to seem so perfect. And I'm not saying to you it might not be perfect, but please tell me what you overcame. I'm coming to you for help and counseling. Be honest with me. They ain't gonna scare me. It won't scare me. All right, King, baby, it's on you.
Yeah, I mean, so that was my thing. It was just, that was the only thing. That's really the only thing that I actually wanted to do before I got married. Yeah, I mean, I've been knowing it for 30 years. So, it was it wasn't that much that I could find out more about her, or which I would have did differently. So
Nothing at all.
Just no, I mean, because like I said, I knew her, messed up, then came back. So, to be able to get it right, the best probably would have been the only thing that would have been like, okay, it's good,
Well, let me
So
ask
yeah,
you
that'd have been the only thing.
y'all are 5 years in. What are some
Six.
things?
6.
Is it 6? Hold on, where am I?
It's 6.
6.
It's 6.
I'm sorry. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Woo, that time went fast.
You usually that it did, for real. That it did. 6.
Okay, 6 years in. And I want you to dig deep. Don't come back with I ain't nothing because I'm perfect. Don't do that. A matter of fact, I'm even give you a moment to think about it. What is one thing about yourself in the last 6 years that you need to change in order to have a more healthier relationship for you? Now I'm gonna give you a moment to think about it. I'm gonna come to these comments. King, don't come to me with no, I'm perfect.
I got you.
Okay.
Got you.
William says we want that Magic City moment. That part. Sierra says, I wish I would have formed healthier personal and financial habits for myself. Oh, that is so good. Prior to being married. That is so good, Sierra, because when you're single, you can spend how you want to spend. You buy what you want to buy. You go where you want to go. If you don't want to do something, you don't have to do it. It's just you. When you get married, that don't work like that. It doesn't, unless both of y'all the same way, and both of y'all the exact same way. Y'all gonna be living on the street. But, I think talking about and knowing the financial habits of who you are dating before you even get into the engagement part of the relationship. But if there's never a time, if you just keep it in the dating, please get to know in the engagement part, because if you don't know and then you get surprised after the I do.
Yeah.
Because if you are a saver and they are a spender, and you really don't know because you're not asking, you're not paying attention, if they don't like to work, if they believe, well, Bill's going to always be there, so we'll just pay it next week. You need to know for real, for real. That is so good, Sierra. All right, King, I'm almost coming to you. Nita said, listen more and talk less. All right, Nita. I love that. I love that. If you're not a communicator, before you get married, I think that's something you have to start really practicing before the I do, because communication is going to be so important in that marriage. And because y'all are now married and you have to talk, it's going to be so frustrating for the one that wants to talk. It's going to be so frustrating, and you're going to force them to have to read your mind, and don't nobody want to do that. All right, King.
The one thing, and I ain't gonna say I struggle with. It's only one thing. There's only
It's
one major
what?
thing, and I know she can attest to it.
Okay.
Listen more. Yeah,
Mm.
what's old girl already said it. Well, listen more. You know, it's a lot of things. Sometimes my wife would say something, and I'd be like, "Nah, it ain't how that went like that." And then, you know what I'm saying? It come out this what she
Mm-hmm.
said was what it was, and I wasn't paying attention, not listening
Mm-hmm.
like that. So I think that right there. That's the main. That right there is one thing that definitely I learned is progressing more in these years. It's okay. Just listen to her. You know, she might
Mm-hmm.
be right sometime. So you know, yeah, just listen. So
Mm.
yeah,
That's good. Thank you for being real and vulnerable.
you're welcome. You're
All
welcome.
right. Your queen said, I need to work on the way. I think it was approach a conversation.
Mm.
Um, I wait until I'm really angry to discuss an issue. Yeah, she waits till the volcano erupts. Hmm. And by that point, you're expressing not just that issue. You know,
Yeah.
went way back to the time when somebody left some outside the counter when they could have washed it. Like everything begins to come up when you wait till the volcano.
Mhm.
Okay, the whole microphone thing just fell. All right then. Bless God, we gonna move on. Y'all didn't hear that. Can you still? It's still falling. Can you hear me still? Yeah. That's live. I love people that is live. My name is Nikki Johnson. Anyway,
Okay.
and once the volcano erupts, not only can you, I mean, do you start to just release everything that you're angry about? You can't take back
Right.
what's coming out your mouth. And
Right.
sometimes it can be hurtful stuff. The other part about it is when you're erupting like that, the other person doesn't hear you. The first thing out your mouth, they're going to start defending. They're going to feel like it's a personal attack. So they're not going to hear you. They're going to start. It is a little bit Lego today. You show right. It's a bit Lego today. You are show right. Talking about my setup. Um, the person begins to defend and protect themselves because they're gonna feel like they're being attacked. So nobody's
Yeah.
gonna be listening. Everybody wants to be right. Everybody wants to win the argument. So that's definitely not the best time to wait till you are angry. So I'm so glad for your honesty, Queen. I appreciate that. Alrighty, King. What else? Anything else on this topic?
Nah, that's pretty much it. I mean, you know, I'm learning over these, you know, years, you know, how to be that solid husband, you know what I'm saying, how to put forth the effort to you know, make sure that things I'm supposed to do, I'm supposed to do. So as I
Mm-hmm.
learn and progress and understand it, yeah, certain things like that, listening and paying attention more, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, that conversation, you know, like I told all the time, you know what I'm saying, just I'd rather know then you sit there and let it build up and stuff, and then you know you looking at me crazy, I'm looking at you crazy, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
On the flip side to that, sometimes you have to wait till you calm down
Mm-hmm.
to present something, and your partner wants you to tell them what's wrong right then and there. And you're trying to prevent it coming out like a volcano. Let me collect myself. Just give me a moment, which means that your partner has to be patient with you.
Right.
You don't want to clam up. That's my thing. Is Nikki will, if I didn't try it and you got me to the point where I'm there, I'm gonna be quiet. I done been with so many people that cannot stand it. When I start the one answer, yeah, sure, okay, yeah. Or when I get quiet and I have nothing to say about the subject, and you know I'm upset. Yeah, so I really need to stop doing that. I've been working on it, but I might get it from you. Shakita says, yes, we've learned a lot, and I appreciate him more. Amen. Come on, marriage. All right. So anything else on this topic before we go to the next one? Y'all are fire in
For real, for real.
the comments, POV fam. So thank y'all so much. If you are enjoying the conversation, I've been looking for those hearts. Nobody dropped a heart. I would drop one for with you guys, but I can't do it right now. But y'all are really, really fire on this conversation. Now, King,
Yes, ma'am.
you've been waiting on this one.
Oh, for
King
sure,
brought
for
up this
sure.
question. Go ahead, King.
All right, y'all, check this out. Your spouse goes out of town, either business trip or for the weekend with some girlfriends or whatever. So you take it upon yourself to throw this little party. You ain't said nothing to her about it. You're just gonna throw the party. Now, one of hers or one of his expensive, rare articles of anything,
Something
you know
very
what I'm saying?
valuable.
Very valuable, right? Gets broke or even stolen. Question: do you tell them about the party? And you know what I'm saying? That's how it got broke or stolen. Or do you lie?
What you gonna do, King?
Hey, I already told you.
Chiquita go away.
She already. Hey,
She go away, and you ain't told her nothing about
nothing.
the party. And you
then
you done got your whole boogie on, and everybody leaving. You like, now who done broke?
Exactly.
Something that she values.
Exactly.
Or they stole it. What you gonna do?
I got to lie. See, I'm just gonna be.
Not with your straight up. I'm gonna lie
it's
about it.
the,
Hold on, your wife say you gonna lie.
Y'all just don't understand. I'm in a bike club, and everybody know plays elite, and my president and the guys that I hang out with, they can be a handful. So for me to bring them to the crib, first of all, they could be a handful.
Okay.
So I bring them to the crib. They be like, because they already say, "Yo, chill, we already know you can't come over because your wife won't let you bring us over." They say that to me now. So you can imagine if I said, "Okay, fellas, check it out." I said, "Fellas, she out of town. Let's go. Chill, quit playing." I said, "Yo, y'all come on over." You know what I'm saying? And then they come over, and like you said, something get broke, or still, you know what I'm saying, wanting this real value. You think I'm gonna tell her that Booger and the fellas came over?
Not that she called his name out. Go ahead.
Yeah, oh yeah, well, but they came over and something got, no, babe, check this out. I was just chilling, like, just drinking a little bit, because you wasn't here. So I just drank a little bit and I bumped into it and it got broke. So instead of just letting you see it and stuff, I just go ahead and try to find if I can, replace it and stuff, or you can tell me where you got it from, whatever I can make it up to you, we can get something else and replace it. I'm not telling that the fellas came over. No. Not doing it.
Wait, are you gonna make Book and them pay for it, or you gonna pay for it yourself?
I'm gonna give it like, yo, fellas. Oh, y'all got to chip in. Oh, y'all got to. You want to come back? Y'all got to chip in because she can't know y'all came. But
your wife said that's the very reason why you can't have no company. See
what I'm saying? See.
Hold on a second. She say you gonna lie. Chanel says I'm going. Okay, so she gonna tell the truth. All right,
okay.
William says it was like that when I got here. He already lying. And then he said, it must have been broke when you bought it.
Wow, really?
I'm gonna need you to work on your lies a little bit. No, don't do that. Don't work on your lies. Anyway, go ahead, King.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So, look, I'm just gonna try to play stuff because so that can be the end, so we can end that. So, you know what I'm saying? So, get them to help me pay for it because they want to come back, and then the only time they can come is when she's gone anyway. So they like,
And why you having this party and lying about it? Why you just can't tell the truth? Babe, I'm gonna have some of the people over.
That ain't happening. If I say I got my cousins coming over and stuff, that won't be no big deal. But if I say the players from the club, oh no, we're not having that.
No, that's no.
That's no. Exactly. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm just going straight. I'm telling you, I'm having some people over. For me, it would be why you gotta lie about it though, because who do you have over here?
See, and I thought about that too.
Yeah, my thing would be was it a party with your homies, all fellas? Excuse me, and I wouldn't want my husband to be like, would you have a strip over? Like, why you ain't say something? I would tell him. If something got broken, I would tell him. If something got stolen, I know who I thought did it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna tell it. Now, when I was younger, my mom, that's a little different. And I'm not gonna say nothing because she just might tune in. I'm too much of a neat freak for all of that. No one's coming over. He can't even enjoy the party because he putting coasters on everything, walking around vacuuming and sweeping. I will say, and I'm gonna keep it 100. I have had something at my house before. I won't say what it was because then people would, but I've had something at my house before, and I put away things that I did not want to get broken and I didn't want to get stolen. Only because sometimes people bring people, like you invite, I'm inviting, and then you bring in Booker. Wait a minute, I don't know Booker. I know you. You say Booker, my boy, he cool. Yeah. Right. Booker gonna be like, now I know I a wallet. So exactly. And then another thing is one thing I have learned, people don't care about your stuff like you do. People don't care
So
about
true.
your stuff like
So true.
you do.
So
Stuff
true.
get bent up, broke up. They sit on the arm of your couch. They sit with their feet like people don't care about your stuff the way you do. So no,
Mm-hmm.
no. He says they touching stuff, going in the rooms unannounced. Close that bedroom door. I do that in a minute. You talking about that part, Nikki? Yeah, they don't care about your stuff the way you do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have hidden stuff before, and I'm gonna take it even further. You know how when you have like a get together, you always got people that'll say, "What you want me to bring?" But then you always have that person don't bring nothing but to go play. Listen, every single Sunday I would have people over. Then on the weekends, like for cards and dominoes. And I just started noticing this one particular person never volunteered to bring, but they always left with a bunch of to-go plates. I don't even know what a place is.
Wow.
So where you think it's gonna be a sufficient amount of food left over, because I usually don't eat during the get-togethers. I'm serving people, I'm having a good time. I started putting food up and hiding it because when the party is over, when people see stuff sitting on the counters and on the stove, they feel like that's their personal invitation to go pack up plates. I had kids. I want to make sure my kids ate later, so I would go hide food. She talking about that's why I don't have company, Nick. I would go hide some food. I don't mind you taking food home, I promise, but I would go hide a certain amount of it so my kids could have some stuff afterward, because you got people that don't bring nothing, but they take a lot when they get ready to leave. You want to hit this one, King?
Yeah, Will said, had someone try to use my UTSA blanket to cover up. They throw up. Ooh, that was my last turn up like that in our crib. Wow.
Ooh. And use your blanket.
Use your blanket. Wow,
it's thrown in the trash at that point.
Yeah,
oh my God.
That's messed up there.
Our college here in San Antonio. Oh, yeah, I put my one down for that one. I'm good on that. Oh, that's nasty. And we talk about grown people.
Right.
Again, people don't care about your stuff the way you do. You talking about that's nasty. Oh, anyway. King, any more thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, no, like I said, I just got to do what I got to do. Hopefully, I can get into it. I mean, in that case, but I mean, I feel I can get into a place where I can bring some friends over and they can maintain, and we all good. Like she said, but they might have to be outside. So I had to get a porta potty because they can't come use the bathroom in the house. So
not the porta potty. He said no. We have the inside. Not the porta potty. My microphone setup is still falling. Really?
Yeah. So, but other than that, I don't think it wouldn't be a problem. Telling the truth. What I'm saying? But other than that, I'm like, hey, I got to do what I got to do. Sometimes you don't want to hear it. You already know it's coming because it happened, and you do not want to hear it. They'll be back in town Monday, and it's like, whew, gotta take that breath, make sure the house is back to where it needs to be at, and then like, yo, right. But you need to do it when they come in after you greet them and stuff, help them with the stuff. Well, I gotta tell you what happened. I know you're gonna be upset. No, but I was such and such, and it got broke. Yeah, I know you're upset, but we can work this out.
You don't get to lie on out, is what you say.
Gotta get it out. So that way, because see, Keita just kind of first, she started looking for stuff.
She find it.
Yeah, because so start looking and might see something, and what I'm saying, and that's why I tell my boys, yo, I need y'all cameras, your phones, put them in this thing, because y'all nobody's going live up in here. Nobody's going live up in here.
We have no evidence.
None. That's all.
You're doing like
you don't need nothing.
Hollywood parties. Everybody.
Exactly. Put your phone in the basket. Yes. Yeah. So that way, y'all can have a good time. I don't need y'all to like happen to see her and forget. Yeah. Thank you for letting us come over. And the king like, thank you for letting. And I know how she go with. Okay. I'm glad y'all had a good time. Here she go. I'm glad y'all had a good time.
Right.
You come back.
That would be me.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I heard it was so, because you're gonna start talking. Yeah, what he wouldn't tell me. Can you want to go ahead and hit that one?
Yes. I'm gonna say, okay. So y'all, do you still like what you loved about your partner, and why? Why or why not?
Do you still like what you loved about your partner? Why or why not? excuse me, why was this one of the questions you posed, and what's your answer? Since you are married, love.
It was just when it just caught me when I looked at it, and I said, "Oh, okay, that's a interesting question."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it said, do you still like, do you still like what you loved about that person? And so
Right.
I looked at it. I've been in mine 6 years, so I was like, yeah, I feel comfortable answering that question.
You ain't
And
got
I
the
like to.
answer. So what's the
Yeah,
answer?
yeah. Oh no. I'll tell you, her smile. From the first
Mm.
time, her smile has always been something
I
that
love
I loved, and I still like to this day. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, from the first time I made her smile, and go in what was that restaurant? And it was not Golden Corral. What's the other one? Quincy's. Quincy's was the first time I took her out, and we enjoyed lunch, and I had her smiling and laughing. So it was just from then on. It was just, as long as I seen the smile, I still loved it to this day.
Give us another.
Hmm?
Give us another one.
Let's see. That might be hard. Let's see. I'm just playing. Let's see. What's
Why
something
you
that I?
thinking? Let me help you out. Why you thinking? So William says we try every year, but Sierra hasn't lost her compassion for others. Turns a brother on. Come on now. Come on now. Get turned on by her heart. I love that. I love when a man tells me one of the things I really love and admire about you is the way you people. That is beautiful when somebody see that in you. Cause I'm like Sierra, I just love people and I love to help. Yes, I still love this conversation. All right now, Queen. So now you gotta come up with another good one.
Oh yeah, definitely. I just thought about it.
As you said, it was her booty.
You know what? I ain't even paying attention. No,
It was the booty.
no. She's always been a person to help people. You know what I'm saying? She's always been that type of person. You know what I'm saying? Just always had a good heart. Always had a good heart. Didn't mind trying to help people and stuff. So I always admired her about that, regardless what the situation was. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the situation, she got messed over in the process. You know what I'm saying? But she still was that person to try to help somebody, in situations. So I did love that. Still love that about her.
Will you say that about Sierra too? I love the beautiful part. All right. I love these questions today. I love the topics. POV fam, y'all just came in.
Yes.
Lit up the comments, and we greatly appreciate it. King will be here next week. The following, he will not.
Right.
It was I was giving you the day for the topics that you weren't going to be here. You picked some great ones. I absolutely loved them. I loved how we talked about relationships so openly and so vulnerably. And I hope somebody got something from the conversation, whether you're in a relationship or thinking about getting into one, or you're married. Hopefully you got something out of it. She said it probably was, Reese. It probably was the booty. He probably saw that first and was like, ooh. And then she smiled. It was like, oh, bet. And she got a big smile. All righty. So, King, let's hit your final thoughts. And anybody wants to drop their final thoughts in the comments. I don't think they enjoyed the show. We didn't get any hearts today, but we enjoyed having you all. That's okay.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Okay, did you enjoy the show?
Loved it, yo. I loved everybody's answers, and I'm saying, the comments. Appreciate that,
Yes.
Relationships, y'all. I mean, I love my wife. I've learned so much in these last 6 years about real relationships. Because when I go back over the years, I don't know. I was just going emotions. So, I've definitely learned a lot. I'm still learning, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate her. You know what I'm saying, as we move through this together. And hopefully if I do have a party, nothing gets broke. But
party, you invite the right people.
Yeah, but I mean, my boys mess with me about not letting them come, so I'm gonna have to do it one day. Hopefully maybe she here and they act accordingly and we good. So then I can invite them again. We can, work out. But I appreciate everybody that came in on today. Always appreciate my co-host. Like I said, y'all, I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for her. Motivating me, pushing me, slapping me upside my head from way down there in San Antonio, but just to be able to do this and feel good about it. And, she mentoring me and motivating the brother. I appreciate that, Nick. You know that, number love. Appreciate all of y'all, everybody that comes on and supports us and lets us know that y'all appreciate what we do. With that being said, love y'all. Y'all have a great week. King is out.
Thank you, William.
Appreciate you, Will.
I love my husband's attention to support my and our goal. Come on.
That's what's up.
Sierra. Come on. Amen. So, this has been a phenomenal show. I so enjoyed it. I enjoy every bit of it. I love the openness, the vulnerability, the honesty. I love the laugh. We're going to always laugh. And I love our POV fam. I missed the shout out to Nikki's husband. Come through, King. You know what?
Well, I did good though.
So he would not laugh. He did not.
I did not, Will. I
did not laugh today. He didn't. He's laughing now, but he didn't laugh earlier. You know, that's why I'm gonna make him walk me down the aisle. How about that? So thank you guys so much. We love you, POV fam. King, you know I love you. Thank you for coming through and supporting all of you, all of our POV fam. And we love to leave you guys with a word of the week. I think our word of the week should be communication, King.
I like that.
Everything that we've talked about has a thread of communication in it. And I would like to add honest communication, open communication, that we shouldn't be afraid to communicate, but you should not be afraid to be communicated to. It may not always be what you want to hear, but it may be what they need to say, or it may be what you need to hear. So with that being said, we love you guys so much. We will see you all next week. And I think we can drop the mic, King. Can we mic drop?
All right. Boom.
That being said, we love you. I love you guys so much. As always, kings and queens, keep reigning.
Keep reigning.